Sean Sanatella, he's the CFFC flyweight champion, one of the toughest flyweights not in the UFC in the country, but as you saw today, so is Jeremiah Cullum. So if we can get that, I'm going to do the negotiations. Hopefully I can make that fight happen, and we'll get Sean down here. He's already agreed to the fight. We'll see if we can work it out with Jeremiah and his dad, and that is going to be an exciting fight.
Well, Jeremiah seemed very pumped to do that, and he was a very gracious champion, telling everyone what he thought of Jesse Parker. It was all positive. Seems like a great champion for us. Our first ever V3 Fights professional flyweight division champion is Jeremiah the Tick Cullum.
I saw that emotion coming in his eyes.
Absolutely.
You know, he was tearing up, had to pause for a second, because when your dreams come true after all that hard work, you know, you're so thankful and overwhelmed.
Now our main event of the evening, the V3 Fights Professional Heavyweight Division Championship. Here comes Jahsua Shrugmaster Marsh, who comes from Brentwood, New York, now fighting out of Long Island and Long Island MMA. 0-2 in his professional career, looking for that first W and looking for the title. An 8-1 amateur career. This guy is a terrific wrestler. Was the first NAIA champion from Midland University. That's in Nebraska. Wanted at 197 pounds. Has been wrestling since the age of 13. Has competed in Olympic and world trial qualifiers. So there's no mistaking what this guy does well, and that's wrestle.
You know, one of the things he had was he was 3-1 at 205 as an amateur, 5-0 as a heavyweight. He tried to keep the cut to 205 as a professional, but as you see, this guy came in at over 260 pounds. It just wasn't working for him, the cut. So he's decided, you know what, I'm going to put the weight back on, and I'm going to go heavyweight.
He has trained with a bunch of UFC fighters like Curtis Blades. This guy is certainly ready to go tonight. As we look at the tail of the tape, Shea Taylor, the former V3 Fights amateur heavyweight division champion, is a perfect 3-0. He is 22 years of age, so 4 years the junior of Jahsua Marsh. Shea Taylor from nearby Olive Branch, Mississippi, and as I mentioned, Jahsua originally from Brentwood, New York. He's fighting out of Long Island MMA. Shea Taylor, coached by Jamie Langstaff, J.D. Shackelford, I love J.D., along with Marty White and Cal Bain in his corner. He also cross-trains a little bit with Memphis BJJ. So Shea Babyface Taylor, Jahsua Shrugmaster Marsh. This one should be a lot of fun.
Shea Taylor makes quick work out of everybody. The guy's good. You see he's out in the boat. He's got a little farmer stand there, but that's what you'd expect from Babyface. This guy, he is an absolute assassin.
Has not tasted defeat yet. 6-0 as an amateur, now 3-0 as a professional, but this is his biggest fight to date. Again, he won the belt as an amateur for V3 Fights, now is trying to do it as a professional. Here we go, let's meet the two. Here's Kelsey Bolden.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our final bout of the evening. It is a heavyweight contest for the vacant V3 Heavyweight Championship. First, in the blue corner, wearing red trunks, he stands at 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 261.1 pounds. He is a wrestler, currently holding a record of 0 wins and 2 losses. Representing Long Island MMA out of Long Island, New York, Jahsua Shrugmaster Marsh.
You're going to hear some noise
And
here for Shea.
in the red corner, he stands at 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 264.7 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter with a record of 3 wins and no losses. Representing Fight Clinic and Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, Shea Babyface Taylor.
Well, the crowd's certainly here for Taylor. Marsh has basically his corner, and that's about it, but that does not mean anything, even with the crowd behind him. This is going to be a challenge for Shea Taylor. The V3 Fights Professional Heavyweight Division title. Round 1, here we go on V3Fights.com, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds for the belt. Marsh with the lead right.
There he
Looks
gets
for the
that single
takedown,
leg
gets it.
and the takedown right away.
Now
And
Taylor,
that's a wrestling position there. He's got an arm trapped. He's probably going to try to throw a leg in, break Shea down flat on his stomach. Right down blows. Now he's just going to suck him back here, and he's in a side mount.
in a side mount here,
And
trying to get full mount. There it is. Meanwhile, Shea's trying to buck him off him. Instead, he gives up his back, and some shots there from Marsh.
Shea's in a bad position here. He's on his knees, he's on his base, it's a little better, but Marsh is going to try to use that spiral right there with his hand in the crotch to break him down just like that.
Once again, big old side mount from big old Jahsua Marsh. There's an elbow to the head. 1 minute in and not the start that Babyface was open for.
You know, like I pointed out, we haven't seen this level of wrestling here in Memphis. You've got an NAIA National Wrestling Champion. This guy has competed against some of the best in wrestling and won.
But still looking for that first win as an MMA fighter. Some elbows. 3.5 to go in this first round. A lot of ground and pound here from Marsh. Continues to throw that right hand. His left hand's kind of locked up behind Shea Taylor.
Look for Marsh to possibly try to get mount again.
Seems like it's there if he wants to take it.
It's definitely there. He's just got to slide that left knee across. You have a wrestler on you like that, and you don't have college-level wrestling experience, you're not getting up. Looks like he might be going for a Kimura there, or just trying to trap the arms and throw punches. If he can't defend himself, this is going to get stopped.
Taylor taking a lot of punches to the face and to the head.
Now, if Clint looks in and Taylor's not able to block those punches, regardless of how hard they are, he's got to stop the fight.
Right. Again, Babyface has not tasted defeat. 6-0 as an amateur, 3-0 as a pro. But early on, it has been Marsh. Now you got to start to take into consideration here the cardiovascular of the two. You know, Marsh has been doing a lot of the work. There's an elbow. Another elbow.
See some welts on Shea Taylor's forehead.
Shea's still game. He's just not able to push this 260-pounder off his 265-pound body. We got a couple of big boys here as we
just can't replicate a training partner like that.
No.
That's what's really difficult in this area.
No, this just isn't a big guy. This is a big guy who's a terrific wrestler.
And those knees, I mean, he's being relentless with this stuff.
Couple of shots there. Taylor trying to hold him at bay. There's some elbows from Marsh.
Oh,
there.
he's cut open bad.
He is cut bad right now.
Those elbows just
He is cut
up.
bad. And now Marsh is going to try to finish it, and he may. There's another elbow. He's got his arm pinned. Taylor's trying to fight him off with just one arm right now. He is completely cut open.
He's got a tap. He's going to break his arm. That
Another
just shows
elbow.
the absolute toughness of Shea Taylor.
Another elbow. Taylor continues to try to somehow get out of this predicament. More ground and pound. This may be stopped here soon. Clint Kolosinski right on top of it. Again, this is for a title. Final seconds here. No, final minute, I should say. Heard the claps, thought it was the block of wood. It was not. So it's still a whole nother minute for Taylor to have to try to survive here. Bleeding profusely, taking shots
You see
continuously
Clint,
to the head.
Clint's looking at this. Oh, Taylor's able to escape.
Unbelievable. And now he goes back down once again, right in front of us. 30 seconds to go in the first round. A dominating round by Marsh. And now continues with some ground and pound.
Stop. Clint's looking at it. That's it.
It's over.
The fight
is
over.
over. And the Shrugmaster, Jahsua Marsh, has come into Memphis from Long Island, and he absolutely dominated Shea Babyface Taylor in winning the first ever V3Fights professional heavyweight division title. Like I said, all the crowd is for Babyface. It doesn't matter to a fighter. In fact, they may use that as incentive. That was a tremendous performance by a guy who's a former NAIA wrestling champion.
Absolutely stunning and to make it look so easy against the region's best heavyweight. And I've got another special announcement after this fight.
Jason's full of surprises. He'll head inside the cage. We'll talk to our winner, Jahsua Marsh. So for the locals in the championship fights, not so good, as Jesse Parker in the co-main event loses to the Morrilton, Arkansas native by way of Tucumari, New Mexico, Jeremiah Cullum for the V3Fights Professional Flyweight Division Championship, and now Jahsua Marsh from Brentwood, New York, and by way of Long Island MMA comes into Memphis, to be exact, Tunica, Mississippi, and defeats Shea Babyface Taylor. Here is the time. Let's get the official announcement, and then we'll take a look at that big elbow from our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your victor by referee stoppage at 4 minutes and 43 seconds. And new V3 heavyweight champion, Jahsua the Shrugmaster Marsh.
First, let's hear it for Shea Taylor, one of the best heavyweights the Mid-South has ever seen. So, Jahsua, you were the first NAIA National Wrestling Champion, and now you're the first V3Fights Heavyweight Champion. How does it feel?
Man, it feels amazing. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort in it. It's a great feeling right now, man. I appreciate all the love, all the support that V3 just showed me. It's been great.
Well, I think we got to give a big shout out to your manager, Rick Guerrero, who's watching right now, who made it possible for you and your coach to get out here. So big shout out to him, one of the best managers in the business. And we've got a special announcement that Rick got hooked up for you, is you're going to defend the heavyweight belt June 17th back here in Memphis. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Whoever you put in front of me, I'm ready to bang. Let's go.
There you go. We're going to take you down to Beale Street and let you see what Memphis is all about before you go back to New York. Your new heavyweight champion, Jahsua Marsh.